Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. You hold yourself back every time you believe you don't have what it takes, whether that's knowing enough, knowing the right things, or having the right tools. And that's just noise. The noise of your ego, your brain, trying to keep you safe from the risk of change, the risk of something new that you don't know. You probably downplay your abilities, make yourself softer, pliable, pleasing, or not disruptive to others around you. You think the dimming of your potential keeps you safe, that it creates stability, but it actually prevents you from the change you desperately crave. From working with your crystals in a meaningful way because you're stuck in a loop, thinking you don't know what to do. Choosing change over the stability you experience can seem risky. And in this episode, we're going to break down how you can stop holding yourself back and start working with your crystals so you can show up as the person you want to be. To see yourself as someone who works proficiently with crystals challenges the identity you hold for yourself right now. Believing in yourself when you have no tangible proof stops most people. When you look in the mirror, you rarely see the person you want to be, but you do see the person you have been. There are a couple reasons for this. One, you've been conditioned to use your past to define your future. And second, your primitive brain treats change, your new identity, the same as the risk of being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. You've probably heard the phrase, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. That's what's going on here. You know who you are right now, in this minute. But to allow yourself to look in the mirror and see yourself as the future version of you, that's scary. That's the unknown. When you don't know the scope of how something works, you don't know the risks associated. Psychology has shown that you choose to stay in the same place, even though you may hate it. And you stay because it's what you know. Even though you may be uncomfortable and want change, the stability of your current reality provides you with predictability, and that's what keeps you from making the change. For many of us, we've been conditioned to think that the way we live now is our limitation, that we need to comply or complete or continue the examples that have been modeled to us by the generations before us. That there is a prescribed way to acquire and show our knowledge. Whether you're the new college grad or the well-studied crystal enthusiast, there's no one magical moment that turns you into the professional. And human nature is to keep searching for that stability, so you do just that. You see posts on the internet about how someone is using their crystals, or you've read a post by another person doing something completely different, and it all conflicts. The goalpost for what to do keeps shifting. Not because anyone is wrong, but because you're observing different traditions, lineages, or influences. The more you consume, the more you search, the less qualified you feel. And all of it piles on as evidence that you don't know what to do or where to start. Let's be real. When you're concerned about getting everything right, there's a little comfort in staying safe by not trying and experiencing the emotions that follow when what you tried doesn't work out or it doesn't feel the way you thought it would. I think that's a really scary place to be. What would this world look like if everyone stayed in the place that maybe they didn't like, but they knew how things would go, so it felt somewhat safe and cozy? Civil rights didn't exist before they existed. Rights for women didn't exist before they existed. Someone had to believe it was possible, hold conviction that they could make an impact, and then do the work, walk the path necessary to bring it into reality. And the possibility that we believe in these things can actually exist is what brings them into creation. It's up to us to dream big. It's up to us to think outside the box that we've been living in. The societal rules, the educational, the expectations that are put upon us or self-induced because we project what we think other people want of and from us. Moonstone is a perfect crystal to work with here because it has the ability to enhance the intuitive side of your mind. This helps you sit in the belief of what could be possible, making it easier to see what we can bring into reality. The flashes of Moonstone show the deep beauty of the crystal, much like the hidden truths about you that you keep hidden deep within yourself. So I want you to consider, what is it that you really want to bring into reality? What box do you want to break out of? What would happen if you were to challenge the narrative? If you were to tap into the person you want to be in the world? Not by burning down everything around you, not that that isn't an option, but by making a bold choice to invite in that energy. By simply choosing your jewelry with intention and purpose, or selecting the clothes you wear with that same focus. What would change if you started saying yes to more of the things that align with who you want your future self to be? These subtle choices allow you to take up space, to show up as the version of you want to be, leaving less room for the version of you that feels comfortable but not aligned. Moonstone helps you recognize the parts of you you've forgotten or left behind along the way so you can align more easily to your soul purpose and true identity. There's no amount of thinking that you can do that will change your self-concept. That happens through action, by creating a sense of calmness and safety around the new version of you. Moonstone is attuned to recognizing the current stages of your development and creation, allowing you to properly nourish that stage that you're currently in without trying to be accomplished before you're ready. That newly minted lawyer may have passed the bar and be able to call themselves a lawyer, but it's the repetition of the work that they do that helps them form the true embodiment, the full identity of being a lawyer. You start by doing, which allows you to deepen your understanding of the practice. And one day you look back and you realize you are the new identity. Getting from the I've read about to the I do space of your practice comes in the doing. The integration and embodiment of everything you've been trying to master comes from the doing. And you can get that when you join me inside the Crystal Self Healer members portal. Depending on where you are, there are 3 levels of support that can help you go from I don't know to I know. Whether you start by simply receiving a collective healing, or you're ready for the deep work in mentorship calls, the goal is the same, shifting from studying to doing. Each month, we move through the lunar cycle, setting intentions at the new moon using crystals aligned to the astrological energy, building momentum at the first quarter, releasing what no longer serves at the full moon, and tending to yourself in the fourth quarter. It's not about learning more. It's about doing consistently in a way that becomes second nature. Take that first step in beginning your practice by going to my website, 3charmedgems.com, and come home to yourself through practice. Today's episode has been brought to you by Moonstone and Becoming. May we all feel safe in becoming the highest and best version of ourselves. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.